Hey guys, back with another deck tech, if you want to call it that. This time it's probably one of my favorite decks that I have. Go-Shintai of Life's Origin. Enchantment deck. I've always been a big enchantment guy. Before this I had Sithis, which is she's actually in the deck. I had Siona, and then I also before that, I think after Siona, I tried trying to think. Mazzy was the one. So Siona just got auras, and then Mazzy was mostly to put on other people's creatures, but it didn't always happen. So I actually originally saw this deck on an episode of Commander at Home where Kyle Hill played this deck, and as soon as I saw it, I was like, okay, I gotta play this deck. So obviously I don't have all the stuff he would, but I do. I just made it, and then obviously with what my cards are and put my own stuff into it. I also have some custom tokens which are pretty cool. They're all shrines. Let's see if I can get a better picture. I like them. Okay, let's go through the deck and see. Let's hope we don't get a lot of lands. So the first one's Resurgent Belief. Suspend 2, return all enchantments from a graveyard to the battlefield. It's always huge. Terramorphic Expanse, it's shiny. Kodama's Reach, we all know that. Price of Glory. This one I have to... It just helps with counter magic. I mean, they can still do it, but then they have to sack the land if they tap a mana. If they tap a land for mana on somebody else's turn, you gotta sack it. So I made the mistake of forgetting that I also had to sack, so I won't make that mistake again, hopefully. One of the first shrines, Sanctum of Fruitful Harvest. So this one adds mana to my mana pool for how many shrines I have. And Go-Shintai makes shrine enchantment creature tokens, so it's awesome. We got an island. Safe Right Quest, just more mana ramp. Ephemer of Enchantress, kind of an older Enchantress card, except when enchantment goes to the graveyard, you draw a card instead of casting or coming into play. Another Sanctum, Calm Waters, card draw for how many shrines I have. Shivan Reef, Sanctum of All. This is a good one. Beginning my upkeep, may search my library or graveyard for a shrine and put it in the battlefield. If I search Shuffle, and then if an ability of a shrine I control triggers, if I have 6 or more shrines, that ability triggers again, which comes in handy. Boros Garrison, Contaminated Aquifer, pretty Copperline Gorge, Sterling Grove, another key feature. Other enchantments I control can be targeted by spells or abilities, and then I can sack this, pay 1, go get an enchantment, and put it on top of my library. Chaos Warp, some good removal, maybe. It might not. Rakdos Carnarium, Jungle Shrine, cool looking plains, Supreme Verdict, Wrath of God, if you will, can't be countered. Replenish, huge card. Bring all my enchantments from my graveyard to the battlefield, so it's just me. Marari's Wake, pump the creatures, but more or less make my mana double. Mesa Enchantress, another pretty one. Whenever I cast an enchantment, draw a card. Wrath of God, there it is. And then board wipe. Croesus' Catacombs. Ooh, Spellbook. Always huge when I'm drawing cards. Generous Gift. It's more removal. In other words, my favorite card. Ristic Study. Again, that's in every deck I have that's blue. Sun Titan. Okay. Bring back anything from my graveyard 3 or less. CMC. To the battlefield if I attack, or when it comes into play. Restless Spire. Pretty land. Argothian Enchantress, another Enchantress. She can't be targeted by spells or abilities, but play an enchantment, or I successfully cast one, draw a card. Rith's Grove, Sanctum Weaver, always a good one too. Tap to add X for how many enchantments I control, X mana, of 1 color. Burgeoning, I should say. It's really good early game. Late game, it's not too bad, but whenever an opponent plays a land, I can play a land. We got an island, swamp, pretty Evamaya Coast. Torment to Hellfire. It's not English, but definitely it's a game ender. especially with Sanctum Weaver, or as you'll see eventually, Sarah Sanctum. Tap for how many enchantments I have, play this, and probably win, unless it's countered. Swamp, Satyr Enchanter, another Enchantress, play an enchantment, draw a card. Go-Shintai, Boundless Vigor, another Shrine. This one is at the beginning of my end step. Pay 1 if I do. I can put a 1/1 counter on target shrine for each shrine I control, which could make one of my shrine enchantment creatures huge. Plea for Guidance. Search for 2 enchantments. Put them in my hand. Fairy's Protection. Always good. Lotus Petal. Land. There it is. Sarah Sanctum. It's huge. A Darkar Waste. Forest. Greater Oromancer. Makes all my stuff. Shroud. All other at least. And enchanted creatures. Swamp. Verdant Enchantress. Another enchantment. Draw. Engine. Darius. Cauldron. Starfield Mystic. Makes my enchantments cheaper and he gets bigger when I play them. Path to Exile. More removal. There she is. Sithis. This card is always fun. Draw a card and gain a life when I play an enchantment. Lay of the Land. More mana ramp. We got a Plains. We got a Mountain. Skybind. Now this is kind of a fun card. Whenever Skybind or another enchantment enters the battlefield under my control, exile target non-enchantment permanent. Return that card to the battlefield. So I can just flicker anything I have that's not an enchantment and, you know, get some ETB effects off of it. Sun Titan could be one of them. Mana. Zero the Eternal Schemer. Now this, I actually made a deck around him, but I recently took it apart and figured this would be perfect to put him into. So enchantment creatures I control have Death Touch, Lifelink, and Hexproof. So my little shrine creatures are awesome. And then pay a white and a 1. Target non-aura enchantment you control becomes a creature in addition with other types and has base power. Toughness equal to its mana value. I don't know if I would use that much in this deck, but it's always there. Kaya, Intangible Player. Each one loses 3 life. I gain 3 life. 0, you draw 2 cards and each one scry 1. -3, exile target enchantment or creature or enchantment. If it wasn't an aura, create a token that's a copy of it, except it's a 1/1 white spirit with flying. Aura Shards. Always huge in any kind of token deck. Whenever a creature comes into play under my control, destroy target enchantment or artifact. Sulphurous Springs. Island. Bird's Paradise. Jukai Naturalist. Just makes my enchantments a little cheaper. Displacer Kitten. This is a fun one to play. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, exile up to 1 target non-land permanent you control, then return that card to the battlefield under its owner's control. So just more flicker as I cast non-creature spells. Sanctum of Shattered Heights. Another Shrine. Discard a land or Shrine card, and then it deals X damage to target creature or planeswalker, where X is the number of shrines I control. Temple of Plenty. Zero the Enchanter, another fun one. Flying 1/4 whenever he attacks. Search my library for an enchantment 3 or less mana value and put it in my put it into the battlefield. Eidolon of Blossoms, another draw engine. Whenever Eidolon or another enchantment enters the battlefield, so that flicker effect I was talking about earlier. Draw more cards. Beast Within, some more removal. Smothering Tithe. I mean, come on, enchantment. Zoria's Chancery, awesome looking mountain. Savage Lands. Go-Shintai of Ancient Wars. Another Shrine. At the beginning of my end step, I might pay 1 if I do. This deals X damage target player or planeswalker, where X is how many shrines I control. Destiny Spinner. Creatures and enchantment spells I control can't be countered. I probably won't really use the ability your target land becomes an XX, where X is the number of enchantments. I mean, I could make it. Could be a big land and elemental creature. Forest. Calyx, Destiny's Hand. Planeswalker. +1, look at the top 4 cards of your library. You may reveal an enchantment card from among them and put it in your hand. Put the best on the bottom in a random order. -3, exile target creature or enchantment you don't control until target enchantment you control leaves the battlefield. So that's some good removal. And then -7, pretty much replenish. Return all enchantment cards from a graveyard to the battlefield. Citizen Champion. It just gets bigger with every enchantment that comes into play. Rampant Growth, some more mana ramp. Aura of Silence. Artifacts, enchantment spells my opponents cost 2 higher. Sack it, destroy turn enchantment or artifact. Simic Growth Chamber. Doomwake Giant. This could be a fun one. Whenever Doomwake Giant or another enchantment enters the battlefield under my control, creatures my opponent's control get -1/-1. So that could just wipe the board easily. Forest. Temple of Triumph. Go-Shintai of Hidden Cruelty. Another Shrine. He's got Death Touch. Being my upset, pay 1. Destroy target creature with toughness X or less, where X is how many shrines I control. Chances of Presence, more draw from playing enchantments, Command Tower, Weaver of Harmony. Other enchantments, creatures I control get +1/+1. And I get pay 1, tap, pay a green and tap. Copy target activated or triggered ability you control from an enchantment source. You may choose new targets, so that'll be good. Copy Shintai's and go get 2 enchantments from the graveyard. Awesome looking mountain. Sublime Epiphany, some counter, flicker, card draw, copy. Not really flicker, just return. Bounces a permanent, but non-land permanent. Swamp. Now I just added her to the deck too. She's new from Wilds of Eldraine. Yana, red tooth regent. Pay 2 to tap. Choose target enchantment you control that doesn't have the same name as another permanent you control. Create a token that's a copy, except it isn't legendary. So I can copy Go-Shintai and just go crazy with tokens. Forbidden Orchard. Plains, and last, Void Rend. It can't be countered. Destroy target non-land permanent. So that's always good. So that's pretty much the deck. Like I said, it's my version of the deck. I watched Kyle's version. I don't have any like fast mana or any of the artifacts that tap for more than 1 and you take 2. I do have a mana vault, a couple mana vaults, but I don't. He's only 4 casting costs, and I have plenty of ways to get mana, so I don't bother putting it in here. So that's pretty much it for the Go-Shintai deck. I think the next deck I'm gonna do is either going to be Agatha of the Vile Cauldron, or where'd she go? Oh, she's right here, I think. Oh no, she's over here. Sorry. What's her name? Rowan. Yeah, Rowan, the Scion of War. So it's either going to be one of these two. I'm not sure which one. Both decks are in the process of being built. And we're going to be playing this Saturday, actually. So I don't know if I'll be able to record it, but we'll see how they work. I also have Hilda building, but I don't have Hilda yet, so I don't want to show that until I actually have Hilda. So one of those two will be the next deck I show off and go through, and we'll see what happens. But thanks for watching, guys. All my decks are mostly on Archidekt. I'll link them in the description. Most of them I update, but I don't always, so it might not be similar. Once I go through them like this and then link it, then I go through and update it on the website, so that will be up to date. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Let me know what you guys think. What's your favorite Commander deck you play, or anything about Commander? Honestly, I've been playing Magic since Ice Age, so I have quite the collection. You can't really see it behind me, but it takes up like 4 shelves almost. So either way, thanks for watching, guys, and catch you later.